Welcome guys to Avi's Academy. In our previous video, we made a discussion about a concept called probable error, wherein I have explained what is a probable error, what is its significance in interpreting the value of correlation coefficient from the standpoint of a population, and how to calculate the value of probable error. In this video, I'll be providing an illustration using which I'll explain how to calculate the value of probable error and then importantly how to interpret its value. So let's move towards our illustration now. The illustration which we are interested in is on the green board, so let's have a look at it. So they have given the Pearson's correlation coefficient between the marks obtained by 10 students in mathematics and statistics is 0.8753. You are requested to calculate the probable error of correlation coefficient and interpret it. So they have given two values, numerical values. One is the number of students, that is 10. Another one, the correlation coefficient, specifically Karl Pearson's correlation coefficient between the marks of mathematics and statistics obtained by 10 students is 0.8753. So they have given correlation coefficient and the number of students, nothing but n value. Using these two values, we have to calculate probable error. So now let us see how to calculate its value. I have discussed about the equation previously in the previous video, according to which probable error is equal to 0.6745 into 1 minus r square divided by root of n. So this equation will give us the value of probable error. So now let us see what are the values they have given to us. So they have given 10 students, nothing but n is given to us, number of pairs of observation, which is 10. N is equal to number of pairs of observation, which is 10 here. And then they have given RCA value, which is correlation coefficient, which is 0.8753. So 0.8753. So these two are the values which we need. Other values we can take it from the equation itself. So let us calculate the probable error. So PE is equal to, I'll be substituting these two values with our probable error equation now. So PE is equal to 0.6745 into 1 minus r square. R is 0.8753. We need its square. So r ka square, we know it is coefficient of determination. That means we are using coefficient of determination here, divided by root of n. N is equal to 10. So root of n we have to calculate. So this is after substitution. Now let us calculate the value. So this will be equal to 0.6745 into 1 minus, I need the root of square of 0.8753. I'll use the calculator. You can use your calculator. So my calculator is here. So let me use it. So I need 1 minus its square, so which is 0.8753, and its square, which is equal to 0.76615 it is. So I'll take it as 2. 0.7662 divided by root of n. We need root of n also. So let me calculate, which is equal to 3.16227. So I'll take it as 0.1623. So this is the value after calculation. So let me proceed here, the calculation. 0.6745 into, within square bracket, 1 minus 0.7662. So let me do that. 0.762, which is 0.2338 divided by, the denominator is same, which is 3.1623. So now let me calculate the quotient. 6745 into 0.2338 divided by, use your calculator, 3623, which is 0.0739. So now I have to find the product between these two. 0.0739 into 0.6745, which is equal to 0.0498. So this is the value of probable error. So it is easy to calculate the value of probable error, but probable error itself of no use. Using this value of probable error, we need to calculate another value that will help us in interpreting the population parameter. And the value which I am referring to here is interval estimation of correlation coefficient. Interval estimation of correlation coefficient. When I say interval, usually an interval has an upper limit and a lower limit. So similarly, we need to calculate an upper limit of interval estimate of correlation coefficient and lower limit of interval estimate of correlation coefficient. How to calculate that using the probable error? Let me explain now. So upper limit of the interval estimation of correlation coefficient will be correlation coefficient plus the probable error, whereas lower limit, I hope you have already got it, lower limit will be R, that is correlation coefficient, minus probable error. So this is these two equations will help us to calculate the interval estimate of correlation coefficient. And why we have to calculate interval estimation, I'll explain after calculating the interval estimate of correlation coefficients. Before interpreting these two values, let me tell you why did I first of all calculated these two values. Yes, it was asked in the question, but in practical sense, what is its relevance? These two values are relevance in practical sense. Let me explain. So here we have calculated the correlation coefficient value for 10 students using their marks in statistics and mathematics, and we got a correlation value of 0.8753. So let me assume to calculate this value of 0.8753, I have taken these 10 students from a class, and the class contains around 60 students. There were 60 students in a class. Since it will be difficult for me to collect the data in mathematics and statistics, their marks in mathematics and statistics of all the 60 students, and then calculating correlation coefficient will be difficult. For that sake, what I have done, from the population of 60 students, I have taken 10 students, and using their marks in two subjects, I have calculated a correlation coefficient which is equal to 0.8753. Okay. Now, what if I choose another 10 students and then I calculate the correlation coefficient value? Now, if I ask a question, do you think the value of correlation coefficient which we are going to get for these 10 students will be same as 0.8753 which we have got for these 10 students? Definitely it may not, right? It may or it may not, but there are more chances it may not be equal to 0.8753. So therefore, when we are interpreting about a population using a sample unit, using a sample, it is always better to refer to an interval of estimate than a point estimate, nothing but single estimate. Instead of interpreting only based on the single estimate we got, it is always better to say this lies, the correlation coefficient for this population lies in between these two values. In most cases, for example, if I calculate correlation coefficient here, the value I will say it will lie in between these two range of values. It could be 0.90. It again comes in between these two range of value. So there is more chances the value lies in between these two interval estimation. That's why we have to calculate probable error. Then we have to calculate interval estimation to interpret the results. Now coming back to the interpretation of probable error. In one of our video on interpretation of probable error, we said if the correlation coefficient is 6 times more than the probable error, then the value of correlation coefficient which we got is significant. In that backdrop, to write an interpretation here, I would say there is a high degree of positive correlation between the marks obtained by students in mathematics and statistics, and this value is significant. So this is one way you can write, and if you want to combine everything together, you can say there is a significant high degree of positive correlation between marks obtained by the students in mathematics and statistics subject.